The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and brought to you by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Farmers Bank and Capital Trust, Kentucky Utilities, Panel Swim Shop, P-Rats, PrepSpin.com, Rafferty's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.
Hello, welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report. Gary Ball with my co-host Rob Ullery from UK Sports Medicine. Always great to have a great co-host like Rob Ullery.
It's always great to be here, Gary. Thanks for inviting me.
You know, sometimes we've been doing this show a long time, almost 15 years. We say we got a big show. This is a big show. Really big show.
Yes,
it doesn't come much better than the Madison Central Indians and Coach Roof, that baseball program he's got over there. Mr. Basketball's here. Emmie Harris is here. Probably should have been a strong candidate for Miss Basketball.
Exactly.
I'm sure she was, right?
Probably.
If not, there should be an investigation.
It should be.
But let's don't get into all that. And when we said we have a big show, I mean, that's just part of it. We've got the Comeback Athlete of the Year.
Yes, we do. We have the UK Sports Medicine Comeback Athlete of the Year. It was awarded at the Sweet 16 in the semifinals. That's a great semifinals game.
Right.
And she's a cheerleader from Russell High School, Russell Red Devil. Overcome a lot, and out of a bunch of applications, right, she was clear-cut winner.
If you're not inspired by this story, well, there's probably something wrong.
You better check yourself.
Better check your pulse, right?
That's right.
You may not have one.
Right.
So all that's coming up on the show. And, of course, we got our great high school interns. All of them will be with me in the wrap. We're going to talk about what they've taken from this show. We hope they've taken
a little bit
from positive, and what they're going to go into college with and all that. All that's coming up on the show. Looking forward to that, and a Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week. We'll be back with more. As we said, we got a jam-packed show here on the show today. Stay with us. Welcome back into the Scholastic Ball Report. Thanks to Bob Roberts Insurance. Speaking of Richmond, Kentucky, Bob Roberts Insurance right out there on Main Street in Richmond, Kentucky. They've been insuring 3/4 of this great state of Kentucky. From Madison Central, Coach Roof is here. Coach, always great to have you on the Scholastic Ball Report.
Love the Scholastic Ball Report. Glad to be here.
Appreciate it, Coach. And why do you think, when I think of Madison Central, I know it's a great athletic high school, great academics and everything, but the baseball program there is always so strong. Why do you think you're always such a good contender?
Well, we've had a lot of tradition, a lot of great players over the years, and you know, our current team, we try to focus on the fundamentals, have a lot of fun, but we work hard, try to keep a positive attitude, and our biggest thing the last couple of years is we've been a family.
Right.
And just trying to play for each other. You know, the other day we were playing Trinity, go up to McKinley, taking him out at that game, and the new guy comes in, Adam Ritchie, looks at him and says, "Pick me up right here. Got to get it done." And that was just those moments that we have as a family, each guy pulling for each other.
Yeah, that is a family atmosphere there, isn't it? When another guy says that, you know, coming in from the bullpen, you know what I'm saying?
And Coach, all three of these guys are key components on the team. Just talk to us a little bit about that.
I mean, they've been with us forever, and they're our leaders. You know, Jared Grant at first, 4-0 hitter. Logan Black has been our catcher, and McKinley Sewell is a pitcher. He's been in a lot of big moments. So we've had a lot of big games, but they're great people who work hard, come from great families.
Jared, what were your thoughts going into this season? It's your senior campaign. What were your thoughts going into the season, and what made you think that about the team?
I was excited for it. I knew after the loss in the region last year, we had a lot of spots to fill after losing 6 seniors, but I feel like we all worked hard and became family and just built that bond that we always did and came to work hard and get it done. Was ready to compete this season.
You knew those spots from those seniors, and you guys knew you had to plug in to those 6 spots, and you've done it very well.
Thank you.
Logan, talk to us about what you expect from this point on throughout the rest of the season.
Well, we always work hard, and we always play hard. And one of our big things is we're going to come together as a family. I mean, we're brothers out there. And
that's a big part of it, too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, McKinley, the pitching staff is so strong. That's something Coach Roof kind of hangs his hat on, is a strong pitching staff there at Madison Central. What makes this staff so good and imposing, in your opinion?
Well, we have a lot of great young players. We love competing, and we always work hard.
And it helps have those live arms, too, doesn't it? Coach? Guys that can throw it up there, you know. You know, the 11th region, I've covered it, as you know, Coach, the last several years for radio and prep spin now. And Lexington gets a lot of love because the baseball's good, but it seems like Madison Central and Scott County are kind of making their wedge into that 11th region too right now.
Well, as you know, it's highly competitive. You know, we won it 2 years ago. Scott County won it last year, and everyone has a lot of people back. There's a lot of great coaches who do it right. I mean, they work hard just like we do. So there's nothing new with great players.
When you look at Little League baseball in Richmond, I know it's always been strong there. Is that something that you think that has helped your high school program?
No question. Our feeder system is good, you know, from our middle school to Little League. And these people came up through those programs. So, yes, no question.
Got some great highlights going on there, Coach. So I appreciate you sending those out to us. You know, we haven't shot a whole lot of baseball out here at WKYT because a team named the Wildcats just got beaten in the NCAA tournament the other day. Yeah, that was a tough loss, wasn't it, to North Carolina? But great highlights.
I'm sure everybody's noticed their matching hairdos here. You guys tell us a little bit about why you guys decided to do this.
We're just real together as a family, and it's just something we decided to do. They had done it a couple years before, and we just wanted to pass it on, and just a great team bonding for us all.
Well, it looks great.
Yeah, you know, but in baseball, you wear those baseball caps anyway, Coach. So you know.
We do. It's part of high school. We try to have a lot of fun.
Well, you do a great job over there. I always enjoy getting you on the show, and you guys, good luck this year. Hope I see you at the 11th region tournament because I look forward to that every year.
We do too.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks a lot.
That's Steve Roof. He's the outstanding coach at Madison Central, and there you see some of his outstanding baseball players and why they're one of the top teams in the state of Kentucky right now.
The KHSAA Boys and Girls Sweet 16 tournaments are now in the books, and attendance was up for both compared to recent years. But it's safe to say the crowds still are not what they used to be. The KHSAA has been talking for the last couple of years to the member schools about the timing of the state tournaments and whether or not change should be involved.
We've had a lot of thoughts about getting basketball season to end a little bit earlier, particularly to get the boys basketball tournament from conflicting with the NCAA tournament. Our fans are really, they're a lot of the same fans, and they're having to make an uncomfortable choice, and they're not choosing the high school games right now. They're picking and choosing more than they used to in the past. And so we've got to look. We're running a business here. My number one job, and people always hate to hear this, but my number one job is to make sure we're open tomorrow. And part of that is doing some financial planning. So we've got to look at options.
The Girls Sweet 16 has been held in Richmond, Frankfort, Bowling Green, and most recently Northern Kentucky. The last 2 years, Highland Heights has been home to the Girls State Tourney, but for how much longer? The quarterfinal round this year did see a great turnout, but the location is tough for the majority of the state.
Well, we've never played the girls tournament, with due respect to Eastern and Western, in a venue that's more basketball friendly than the arena at Northern Kentucky. The trouble is that for a lot of our schools, it's a long way away. So we've got to decide this spring. I've got to get an RFP out and get some feedback from cities that want it, and then let our board really take the tough task of deciding where the tournament needs to be for the girls.
Welcome back in our most popular segment because it highlights student athletes doing great things in the classroom. We got a Mr. Basketball with us, a Miss Basketball finalist, Emmie Harris, and soccer player here from and Coach John Moore from Dumbo. We appreciate you coming out too, Coach.
No problem.
Let's start with Emmie. What keeps you with that 4.0? What keeps you grinding in and off the courts? And I know you played soccer as well.
Definitely my parents and my teammates and my coaches. They push me, and then definitely just a drive for competitiveness. So
you like to compete, don't you?
Yes.
So in classroom too. Hey, she's got 99. I got to get 100. I got you. I like it.
So Taveion, when you look back on your high school career, you have a state championship title and a Mr. Basketball title. How do you look at each one of these?
You know, the state championship was it was a team accomplishment. You know, it hasn't been done before, so you know, it feels. I could say it feels the same, but it really doesn't, because Mr. Basketball is an individual accomplishment, and I've been winning that.
And the thing is, too, Tay, you won that state championship your junior year, so a lot of pressure on you coming back your senior year. Everybody talked about you being Mr. Basketball. Did you feel any of that big moniker on your back that everybody was looking at you?
Yeah, you know, everybody thought I was going to be it, so the players against me was going to try harder, so I had to keep that. keep that competitiveness in my head.
Coach, kind of like when you play Kentucky, you know, Tay was everybody's Super Bowl. You know, everybody, so you got to really take your hat off to a young man to perform like that.
He saw double, triple teams, boxing ones, triangle and two. We saw it all, and you know, we had some guys we lost early in the season, so everybody was gunning for him, and he still was putting up numbers every night. Can't say enough.
Let me ask you, as you look back on your Boyle County basketball, I mean, you're a prolific scorer, one of the top scorers in the state. What kind of memories will you take from your Boyle County basketball?
Definitely with my teammates. We have a bond that will never probably be broken. And it's great. They're definitely part of my family. And then the coaches, I've played high school basketball since 7th grade, so Coach Edwards definitely has been there for a long time. So that's some of the great memories.
Taveion, graduation is right around the corner, and then you have summer break. What will you do this summer to get ready for D1 basketball at Western?
Our season ended early, so I had about 2 weeks to regain my focus, and I started working out. I leave for college June 4th, so I don't really have a summer. But we go to Costa Rica in August, so I'll be playing right away.
Coach, what marvels you about young men like Taveion and even Emmie, that the student athlete? You know, they get it done in classroom. Not only that, they're just good students, around the school. Everybody likes them,
I think there's a lot of pressure when you go out there every night and you're the man, or in her case, you're the woman that everybody's coming for.
She doesn't miss.
Oh, I saw her play against Corbin, and I think she had about 50 in the first half.
Yeah.
But, it's a lot of hard work. It's real easy to be a high school student and just go through the motions, but when you're playing at a high level and everybody's out to get you and everybody's coming to see you, it takes a lot out of you mentally and physically. And then just to see the work that Tay puts in after practice or before practice on his own, and the work in the classroom to keep his GPA up and study for his ACT and then help his little brothers out. It's just, as good of a basketball player is, he's even a better person.
And I know you're real close to you and I were talking about that, you're real close to your little brothers. One's a 5th grader, one's a 3rd grader. So what kind of advice is Mr. Basketball giving them? I mean, they're at such young ages right now.
They always say they're going to be better than me, so,
You're hoping they will be,
Yeah, I do. Just tell them keep working and keep their grades up, and they'll be okay.
Same to you, Emmie. What experiences, what people, you mentioned your parents, what teachers or other people have influenced you think?
Well, like I said, my coaches have definitely been a big part of it, and then my teachers are very lenient, and they are very understanding whenever we have games on nights and stuff, so they've helped a lot, and just understanding that I play about 3 sports, so it's going to be hard to do homework at night and stuff. So
you never quit, do you? Competitive. Pass one down to Mr. Hollingsworth there. Great job. You both will get a plaque from Crown Trophy. Take that over there. They'll put your name and school on it for free. Thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for being great student athletes and being great role models to all the kids at your schools.
Thank you.
That's Emmie Harris and the Mr. Basketball, Taveion Hollingsworth, with a great coach, Coach Moore there from Dunbar.
Welcome back to the Scholastic Ball Report. In this episode, we have Bailey Booth, who is the UK Sports Medicine Comeback Athlete of the Year Award. Very honored to have Bailey. And we have Coach Regina Rice with Bailey. Bailey was one of 61 different applicants that we had throughout the entire state. Had multiple applicants with multiple injuries that have come back and are excelling on the floor. When my committee read about Bailey and Regina's nomination, it was a no-brainer. It really was.
Yeah. Well, congratulations for the award. I saw you receiving that at the Sweet 16 at Rupp Arena, a great award. What was it like? Take us back a little bit. After that, you basically had to learn to do everything over, basically.
Yeah. I was like a baby all over again. I had to relearn how to eat, sleep, walk, talk. I had to wear diapers again.
Yeah. Yeah. That is starting over, isn't it?
That's embarrassing. Yeah, I know. But I mean,
Yeah.
So we've got some pictures of that mom had sent us of Bailey in the hospital after the accident, and like we said in the opening, they're heart-wrenching.
Oh yeah. I have a daughter, so when I see that picture, it definitely gets me a little bit seeing her there in the hospital.
So Coach Rice, tell us a little bit about why you nominated Bailey for this award.
Well, the day that the email came out from KHSAA, before I even logged into my email, my athletic director had already emailed me also saying, I need you to look at this. I think Bailey qualifies. And so when I read through it, absolutely Bailey qualified. Horrible accident, amazing recovery, and then the comeback that she had is just remarkable. You put her out on the sideline now and you would never know that she had a brain injury.
Right, right.
And Coach, what does Bailey's comeback show you about her character and just her as a person?
Her character is amazing. I didn't know Bailey before the accident. I only know Bailey after the accident, so I don't have anything to compare it to, but it's clear that she is a very determined young lady. She's going to do whatever it takes to succeed.
Yeah. Bailey, how did you keep such a positive attitude throughout the whole process, seeing you there in the hospital and everything? How did you keep such a positive attitude?
Just my main focus was all the faith in God. You know, you can never give up on God, you know. I mean, it was hard to deal with everything, and, you know, things wouldn't get better. Yeah. But, you know, God was there for me. Right. And he was like, Bailey, you're going to get better. You know, he's just like,
awesome. And that's a great story. Tell us a little bit about what your plans are for next year.
Next year, I plan on to, like, go to Moorhead. I got accepted to go there. And then I want to, like, major into, like, into broadcasting, because I think that's really cool to, like, get involved with, and like minor in the theater. And
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
And just a great attitude, great award, and appreciate y'all taking out your time and sharing your story with us here on the show, because you know that we love those type of human stories.
These great stories.
And you're a remarkable young lady, by the way.
Thank you.
I know you know
She's
that.
a great young
I know
lady.
your mom over there knows that, but you're a remarkable young lady.
So Bailey was presented with this plaque at the Sweet 16.
Yep.
Bought at Crown Trophy.
Thank you, Crown Trophy.
Thank you, Crown Trophy. And she'll take that plaque back to Russell High School and be very proud to represent.
And Rob, you and I, we weren't kidding at the beginning of the show when we said this is a big show today.
This is a big show.
I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. And thank you all very much for driving all the way from
Thank you
Russell.
for having us.
We'll be back with more on the Scholastic Ball Report and wrap things up for this show. Thank you very much. Well, you hear us on the Scholastic Ball Report talking about our great interns. Here they all are. We got Joseph Hurd, Elizabeth Lyons, Rebecca Cook, Brantley Akey, and of course my main man, Rob Holler. He's not an intern, but everybody knows him anyway. Well, we wanted to let you know that we appreciate all your hard work on the show. We know you take time out of your classes and come here and do this show. So there's your plaque from the Ball Report. What it says is for outstanding work on the Scholastic Ball Report, you are appreciated for all the achievement you did this season. I think every one of you have a unique, Rob, you and I have been talking about this, every one of these interns have a unique personality about them. That's what makes it fun.
Oh, it's great, and it's a great experience for them.
Yeah. What did you take from the show?
Well, I mean, there's a lot to get from it, but I mean, you know, we had a Mr. Basketball today. We have all different kinds of guests. Talking to them is really fun.
Do you feel more relaxed now on camera?
Definitely, from day one to now.
You know, we kind of recruited you. You were so good when you were here with Boyle. We said, that young lady is good in front of the camera. So what did you take from your short stint on the show?
Like Joe said, just meeting all the different athletes from around the state, and also from day one, just kind of jumping right into it. I can tell a huge difference from the beginning to now.
I can too. That's why you got the plaque.
Thank you.
What about you, Ms. Cook? You've been here for a while.
Well, this isn't my third season, so I've been here forever, and I feel like over the years I can see myself just becoming more comfortable with it and everything, and just relaxed a lot more, and I've gotten a lot of experience from it. And like over the past 3 years, I've met so many different athletes and everything, and just I feel like I've made a lot of good connections throughout it.
And she's even done some sideline reports.
I was going to say,
Prep spin.
Working with Prep Spin is awesome too. Yes.
And how about you, Mr. Brantley?
Really, my communication skills, learning how to talk to people, and just getting more comfortable on camera.
It has brought you out of your shell.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
it has brought you. You're probably, if I had to give a most improved award, I would say you'd be our most improved.
Thank you.
And all you guys are great, but you all would probably agree you're probably most improved, wouldn't you? Maybe.
Pretty good.
As always on the Scholastic Ball Report, for those you see and those you don't see.
Keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report was sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and brought to you by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Farmers Bank and Capital Trust, Kentucky Utilities, Panel Swim Shop, P-Rats, PrepSpin.com, Rafferty's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, And by Whitaker Bank.